Hello, Ragul. How are you? Good morning.
Fine. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, first of all, I would like to wish you congratulations to you as well as your family.
Thank
So,
you.
how
Thank
are
you.
the things going on?
Things are going fine. I've started to prepare for working. I think my name is my sister's name is being printed. I don't
Right,
know how to
right.
change it,
Sir told
but
me the same thing that you will be
yeah,
logging in with the help of your sister's name.
yeah,
No issues at all, Ragul.
yeah,
So, since I can see that it was your second attempt, right? And in second
yeah,
attempt, you are able to clear the examination. So, how you are feeling?
yeah. The feeling has been good. So I'm happy that I was able to do it in the second attempt. But
Mhm.
still, there are scope for me to improve. So I'm going to improve myself and gonna progress
Okay,
further.
so have you written the prelims this year?
Yeah. I've given it this time, but it did not go as per plan. But still, I'm leaving it to the hands of God. I'm hoping that I'll clear it this time.
Okay. I wish you all the best for the same.
Thank
So,
you, thank you.
Ragul, what were the mistakes? Initially, you were able to, in the first attempt, have you written the mains?
Yeah, first time I was able to clear the prelims, but unfortunately I couldn't get through the mains. And second attempt I
Okay.
did.
So, what was a change in the strategy which you did?
Okay. So before starting that, I'll just give a gist about myself. So the thing is, my background is I'm in a mechanical engineering. I took mechanical engineering, and just before I was about to finish my fourth year of mechanical engineering, that is when I figured out mechanical is not my cup of tea. So that is when I started to look for other opportunities. And the first one which came to my mind was I thought, okay, if I'm going to start something which is not from my degree, I'll start it from the biggest. So that is how I dived into UPSC. So I did
Okay.
not have this, I did not have this in my mind before my fourth year of engineering. So I was very infant in this. And after completing the 4 years of engineering, I thought, okay, I'll prepare for UPSC. And that is when I started to know about UPSC itself. So my first preparation and the first attempt went just like that. I did not have any time to consolidate my strategy or to prepare myself because I was very infant in that. And fortunately, I was able to clear the prelims, but I did not have any clue in the mains, how to go about the mains, what strategy I'll have to do, and how I'll have to prepare myself and equip myself for the demand. So things went just like that. So within the 3 months, I was not able to complete the syllabus and all these things. So I had a lot of flaws in that. And that is when I started, that is when, right after giving the mains, I did not have any hopes of clearing the mains. So I thought, okay, next attempt is where I'll have to give my fullest. No, I'll have to improve a lot in mains. And so that is the difference which I probably made because in the first attempt I was not prepared itself. So I started to read things, I started to consolidate things. But I'll have to thank all my friends and people who have given me this insights of how mains is programmed. So I got inputs from them. I started to make my own notes. I started to consolidate things, and I also got a clue about how a good answer is written in mains. So that helped me a lot. And apart from that, then it went.
Okay. Great. So, how did you change your strategy? Means what was the changes exactly in the strategy which you made? Because you told me that what were the mistakes, right? That you were not prepared for the mains first time, that in the second attempt you prepared the mains in a more detailed and more elaborative manner, and you were more focused towards your studies. But
Yeah.
what was the exact strategy which you adopted during your second attempt, which make you clear this examination?
Okay. So I'll tell you, no one's strategy is foolproof, just like mine. So I'll just tell you what I had, the approach which I had. So people who interacted with me, requested me to focus much more on ethics, essay, and optional. So that is what I also did because I did not have one whole year to prepare for the whole papers. I just had this limited amount of time because I was not a very a clean sit in prelims also. So I had to study for the prelims at the same time. I also had to cope up with the mains also. So with the limited time which I had to prepare for mains, I thought, yeah, it's better to focus on things which are very cost beneficial. So I thought ethics, essay, and optional is a thing which, whatever input I give, it just get translated into, as an output. So I focused more on ethics, essay, and optional. I gave a lot of focus on optional also, and GS is what I probably I downplayed it. I underplayed it. So the thing is, I did not get much mark, as expected in GS this time. So that is what has pulled my rank down also. And my performance in all the other three were okay. It was good as expected. So the thing is, I focused much more on these things. And as you have asked about the strategy, what I did is I personally preferred a lot of sources. People tell you that keep your content limited, but that is for people who know a lot of things. That is for people who have gained a lot of knowledge in the 1 or 2 years. They can consolidate and they can have a very short notes. But for people like me who have just dived into the UPSC and who do not have any previous knowledge of UPSC, they'll have to refer from a lot of sources. But I'll agree with all
True.
those others when it comes to keeping a confined note. That is in your hand. You'll have to refer a lot of notes. You can source it from different areas, but at the end of the day, you should have a very concise note for your revision. That is what makes it pretty easy for you. So I also did the same. I referred a lot of, for example, for current affairs, I referred to institutes material, and I've also gone through a lot of toppers notes, and then the static notes also, and the notes which I have made. But before going for the actual mains, I had written a very concise notes on myself. So that is what helped me. So I also thought, if it is about mains, you can split it into two things. The one is about the preparation part, and the other is about the implementation part. And what you can work on is the preparation part. It is not about the
Right.
implementation part.
Right. Right.
Stars have to align in your way for this
True.
implementation to go on. So in the preparation part, what all I did is I prepared the static notes, and I also a little bit I figured out how mains a good answer is written. So I also added this value added materials. For example, if you take it for GS, I went through a lot of facts, reports, recommendations, and certain indexes, all and all. So these things are also and case studies. These also I've taken and written. But now after writing, now out of the marks are out, I probably think that I still have to enhance my content a bit. So this is what I did. I prepared my notes, and I went on writing question papers, answer paper, sorry, these answers also, mains answers also. And there also, I did not give much importance to GS, thinking that it will not make much of a difference. I focused more on essay, ethics, and optional. So that is where my answer writing was also more lean towards. So this is what I did.
Okay, great, great. Because always, I also always think, that notes making is an art in itself. So every
Yeah,
aspirant should at least make their own notes, because many a
absolutely.
times we come across that students would say, okay, ma'am, give us the notes. But I don't think that others' notes are going to help you out unless and until you are writing your own notes. Because
Exactly.
mains in itself, it's like the thing which you need to write. So in
Yes,
case if you are relying on some other notes, I don't think that it is going to serve the purpose.
exactly.
Yeah. So second, I want to ask you that as I can see that your optional is sociology, right? So what was the approach towards the optional which you chose?
Okay. So I'll start from the scratch. I'll tell you why I chose sociology. Having not having anything related to sociology in my background, still I went for sociology. That is because I took through three parameters into account for choosing an option. The first one is definitely you should have interest in that. It is not that you should be very interested or your passion should totally rely on. We all can accept to the fact that if people are people have come into UPSC, they'll be ready to study things. It is not that without interest and all they cannot study. It is not at all like that. But that interest will give you that further push when you are down and when you are demotivated. So that is why you definitely have to choose a subject which you think you are okay, I'm interested in that and I can do that. So that is the first thing. And the second thing is about whether the option is mark scoring. Okay, that is the second one. And the third one is about whether resources are available for you in that option. Let it be about the material or let it be about any mentor or tutor who can teach you properly. And the fourth thing is, I would also say it should also be on your strength. For example, I'll tell you, few people are good in factual memory, few people are good in analytical memory. So they'll have to choose it in that way. If you are more towards the factual one, you can choose any factual subject like mechanical engineering, mathematics, like that. And if you are analytically, or for that say history also. But if your analytical memory is good, you can go for options like sociology, psychology, anthropology. So that is why I also chose the things. I was not very good in factual memory. I was good in analytical memory. At least personally, I think so. So I went for sociology. So these are the parameters I chose sociology. But the thing is, just like I've told you in my first attempt, I did not have a clue of mains itself. And trust me, only after the first year prelims result were out, that is when I bought my book itself. That is when I brought my sociology book. So that is where I started preparing. So hardly I had 2 months to prepare for the sociology because I was very infant for the GS also. So I had to cope up with these two things. So my first approach, I would not tell anything about my first approach. It was not a normal approach itself. It was like I have this much time only, and I'll whatever is possible, I'll do it in that quick span of time. So my second approach is second year is where I started, integrating and consolidating my approach towards the sociology. So there, how I would say is, again giving a recap. Being so, I took sociology because it is a very dynamic subject. It is not that you will have to learn a lot of things, you will have to memorize a lot of things. It is that if you understand the core aspects of a particular topic, and if you're very thorough with it, you can put it in your own words. Then that becomes easy for you. So I also think that if I understand things pretty easily, that has been my advantage. So after understanding it, I write it in my own words. So that helped me. And in the second one, I also wanted to enhance my mark, not just to be mediocre, but I really wanted to perform well because I thought optional is a path breaking subject. So I
Oh,
enrolled for a question. I enrolled for a mains test series also, and there also I got very good comments and very good motivation from the mentors also. So my approach was that I read through the static things. I kept very concise notes when it came to optional. There were a lot of recommendations and a lot of suggestions to go through a lot of different books, but I kept it very precise because I believed in myself that okay, if I can understand this topic, I can write it on my own. Just that I'll have to get value addition from different sources, but the core aspect I'll keep it simple. So that was my approach when it came to the question.
that was you can say, a comprehensive way in which you,
Okay.
taught the learners also how to choose the optional and what should be the exact strategy. That was nice. And how this VNK Civils Guru help you in your preparation?
Yeah. Particularly talking about this institute, I had enrolled for the interview program. And if I'm not wrong, I think my friend was the one who suggested me to take a mock in VNK also because I'm from South, I'm from Tamil Nadu. So what I wanted is I wanted different perspectives. I thought, okay, let me not confine only towards institutes which are placed in Tamil Nadu because they are very parochial and parochial in the sense they'll ask questions which are very deep. They'll ask questions
Right.
about my district, particular district, because they know about it. So I thought I'll enroll in different institutes just to get a perspective of how people view Tamil Nadu, people from Tamil Nadu. So that is why I enrolled in VNK. And from my heart, I would really tell that it was very good because the personalities they called more than the personalities they called, the questions which were asked were really good. It was not very factual, or it was not very one directional. It was multi-directional. The questions which were put in, though I was not able to answer a lot of questions in the interview, it helped me to go back, Google it, and know about these answers. That just gave me a confidence about, okay, now I'm aware of a lot of things which previously I was not aware of. So in that case, it helped me a lot. And one of the personality, he also wanted me, or he requested me to talk slowly. So that was a constant problem which I had. I got multiple suggestions from multiple people about talking slowly or talking in your own pace, be natural and be different. So that also helped me to an extent, because I myself was able to see the difference I had, because in the first 5 minutes of the interview I was talking as on my own tempo. So he taught me that, and he told me, Raghu, calm down. You're talking it a little bit fast. You're talking it a little bit fast. So if you can slow down your pace, do it. It will be very good. So after the 5 minutes itself, my whole conversation was in my control. It was not
Okay.
just I just let on words come out of my mouth, but I was very aware of what came out of my mouth. So that also helped me as a character, and as how to build a conversation with people who are of that caliber, and people who are aged, people who are not aged, people who are that experienced, and you definitely have that generation gap between you.
Right, right,
So
right.
that helped me in a practical way. So in all these ways, VNK Academy definitely helped.
So can I say that overall the experience was good? And the second thing is the feedback which you got was you can say a more truthworthy feedback, and that feedback helped you a lot in your interview.
Yeah, definitely. There's no second opinion on that. Because I would say not a lot of institutes give you very comprehensive suggestions. If they think
Right.
that the character is good, or if I'm pleasing when I'm having a conversation, they'll just tell you everything is good. You just have to maintain this. You have to maintain the same, momentum till the interview comes. That's it. But you will not be able to figure out really what you lag or what you are good at. And in that way, I personally think interviews like this or suggestions like this is what helps you much more better than that. I do agree that that will give you a bit of motivation and give you that happiness. But still, what really you need is suggestions like this, so that you get to understand, okay, I was not aware of all these limitations of mine, but now I am aware of it. So maybe I can work on it.
That is absolutely true, because when we are sitting in the front of the panel, it's like for a few minutes only we can pretend what we are not.
Yeah,
But after that, the situation is like we come in a normal tone and
yeah,
we start
yeah,
speaking in the same sense with our own flow and everything.
yeah, exactly.
Definitely, when we continuously get such type of feedback, definitely that helps us out.
Exactly.
So that was a nice talking to you, and
Thank you
I
so much.
wish you a very happy. You can say again, heartiest congratulations and all the best for your attempt.
Thank
I
you so
wish that you get some good rank next
Yeah,
time,
I hope
maybe
so.
a single digit rank. So thank you so much. Have a
Thank
nice day. Bye bye. Take
thank you.
care.
You
Thank
too.
you,
You
Rakul.
too have.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.